Uranus in the third house. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down natal Uranus in the third house, everything you need to know about this placement, how to master this placement, and really the important takeaways. All right, let's talk about Uranus in the third house. So with this placement, Uranus influences your mind and your local environment and neighborhood, okay? The third house has to do with our mind, our lower mind, how we think, and our local environment and neighborhood. And this also relates to our K through 12 experience, because usually the school that we went to, well, wherever we went and had our K through 12 experience, it was a part of our local environment and neighborhood, okay? So when you have displacement, that's what Uranus influences and Uranus energy influences, okay? So when you have this, Uranus energy influences your mind and your local environment, neighborhood, and also your K through 12 experience. With this placement, you have a very unconventional, radical, and innovative mind. Again, Uranus in the third house, it influences your mind and how you think. Uranus energy is all about that unconventional, radical, and innovative energy, being an unconventional person, being a radical person, being a very innovative person. So when you have displacement, you have a very unconventional, radical, and innovative mind. You may have grew up in a radical, unconventional, and chaotic neighborhood, all right? Because again, that's that Uranus energy, and the third house has to do with your neighborhood and your early neighborhood that you grew up in. And you may have also had a radical, unconventional, chaotic experience in your kindergarten through 12th grade experience, all right? So this is how this tends to play out, is having a radical, unconventional, and chaotic neighborhood that you grew up in, and a radical, unconventional, and chaotic K through 12 experience. You may experience sudden radical changes in your mental state. Again, the third house has to do with our mind, our lower mind, and how we think, right? Our mental state. Uranus is all about radical, sudden changes and just that radical shift of energy. So you may experience radical, sudden changes in your mental state that might be very difficult for you to deal with, but you have a very unconventional and innovative mind, okay? This can give you a very genius-like mind, but you also have struggles with changes in your sudden changes in your mental state. This also indicates liberating and freeing yourself through getting a trade slash certification versus going to a university, okay? Uranus energy is all about how we liberate ourselves and free ourselves from constraints. So when you have this, you can liberate yourself and free yourself through getting a trade or a certification versus going to some big university, which is the ninth house. This is similar to having natal Uranus in Gemini, because Gemini rules the third house. So if you have displacement, you want to also study natal Uranus in Gemini, because you will find that that information resonates with you and sounds like you. Okay, so very important. Make sure you study natal Uranus in Gemini as well. And that's the important takeaways. Email me to schedule a reading if you have more questions or if you still don't understand. My contact information is below in the description box. And thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Take care.